Hey guys, I'm Kent and welcome back to my channel. I've got a pretty quick install today for my Kawasaki ZX4R, and that is this aluminum rear sprocket from TST Industries. This is their WORX line, and it's a pretty gorgeous piece of machined aluminum. It's also all black, which I think looks great. The stock sprocket that's steel, I think just for the look that I'm going with all black on the bike, or mostly black, I think this is going to look great. But more than that, from a performance perspective, this is going to be a lot lighter, and not just light from any place on the bike, but this is unsprung weight. So from again, a performance perspective, unsprung weight is significantly more important than just shaving weight off of other parts of the bike. So again, from an install perspective, it should just be a matter of pulling off the rear wheel. There are 2, 4, 6 sprocket nuts that I think we pull off, pop them back on, torque everything down, need to make sure we have the right amount of chain deflection, and should be good to go. So let's start by pulling the rear wheel off this bike. As you can see, I have spools installed on the bike, so I have the rear wheel sitting off of the ground to make this easy. First thing, looks like we need to just remove this cotter pin that's inside this castle nut. The nut on the drive side is a 24mm socket, and the bolt on the right side is a 19mm socket. This torques back down to 72 foot-pounds, so it's on there pretty snug. Okay, so let's pull the old chainring off. And actually, before we put the new one on, let's weigh them. So this stock chainring feels significantly heavier than the aluminum TST one. But this comes in just over 1,100 grams. And for comparison, this comes in at 391 grams, so just under 3 times lighter than the stock one. And just feeling it, again, significantly lighter in the hand than the stock one. But here are the two side by side. These are both the 48 tooth stock configuration. TST does sell a number of varieties if you want to go with more or fewer teeth, depending on the setup that you're trying to have for your bike. Again, in this case, I'm just using the stock one. And when I had zipped off the nuts earlier, I had already test fitted this, so that's why they'd come off so easily. But when I initially took them off, I required a breaker bar because they were on there pretty tight. The torque value going back on is 40 foot-pounds. Just going to get them flush there, and then we're torquing them down again to 40 foot-pounds. Using a star pattern to try to evenly disperse the pressure. I'll kind of go around one more time just to make sure that, yep. Okay, looks fantastic. Let's get the wheel back on the bike. TST also sells captive chain adjusters for this bike, and I'm going to have to hit them up for that next because I absolutely hate stock chain adjusters that just want to do nothing but fall out, making this part of the job difficult. All right, and since we didn't actually make any adjustments to the chain adjusters and didn't change anything with the length of the chain or the sprocket, we actually, looks like from a deflection point, are exactly where we were. So no need to make an adjustment there. If you did need to make an adjustment here, there's two nuts that are locked that you can use to move this forward and back, where there are little indicators here to make sure that you have it even on both sides. Again, kind of a pain in the ass process. I do need to get some captive ones that make that a little bit easier, but anyway, I think we're good to go. And then we torque this down to 72 foot-pounds. And we actually need to line up the castle nut with the hole for the cotter pin, so I'm going to go a little more until we get to that next little space. Okay. All right, I decided to actually use a new cotter pin. I found that I have some. So a really simple install, performance impacts aside. I think it looks absolutely awesome with now all black there in the back of the bike. So anyway, a big thank you to TST Industries for letting me try this out. They have quite a few other parts for the ZX4R and ZX4RR on their website. So I'll link to this below, and I'm sure I'll be trying out more of their products here in the future. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. If this was interesting at all, please give me that thumbs up. Stay tuned for more videos and keep on building.